Alright, so it's been a little while since I've made it, since I made the video about getting the word out about dating foreign women, and I can't sleep, and I kind of had a few ideas since I've made that video, and I kind of want to get them out a little bit. So this is kind of off the cuff. It might not be the greatest video, but I'm just gonna go with it. So. Um, I know I mentioned as far as getting the word out to go overseas, I did mention a lot of things like making sure that uh, that you have, a plan, and that you bring enough money to enjoy yourself, and of course take a long enough vacation uh, to to go over there and experience the culture, and bring enough money with you to do that. It's relatively cheap, especially in the Philippines, which is my area of expertise. I've been to Korea and Japan, and those places. I think if if you can stay there long term, you can be pretty successful over there as well. But um, short term, I would look more towards some place like the Philippines or a similar type country, because you can visit multiple times fairly cheap, which is you can't really do with Japan. It's expensive. Same thing with Korea, a little less expensive, but expensive nonetheless. So anyway, I'm going to continue talking about dating foreign women and getting the word out. I was talking about the different types of women you'll find, um, and a lot of guys go over, and I think um, they go to the well-known areas to find women, and that's a lot of them are the bar districts, um, or touristy areas. And I kind of think that those are probably not the places you want to go, unless you're looking for a certain kind of experience. If you want to go to the Philippines to, just have some random encounters, some short encounters, to blow off some steam, to party, um, and to not really come away with any type of commitment. Um, then go for it. Go out to the bars, meet the women, have your fun, get out of your system, and then whatever you need to do. And that might even be good for guys that aren't in the position to retire yet, or to uh, make a permanent move. That might actually be a good thing, because it would allow you to kind of experience the culture and the country, and there's a lot of things about the Philippines that you definitely need to be aware of before you make any kind of drastic move to live there, or uh, marry a woman from there, because there's cultural differences. Even though they do speak English, there are cultural differences between America and the United States that if you're not really aware of, um, then you could, potentially end up in a situation that you're not comfortable in, and that just doesn't. It's just never a fun thing when you get put into a situation you weren't expecting, or that you don't understand. Um, so, it could be a good thing to go there and visit. I definitely recommend guys. I would recommend for guys that aren't in a position to, uh, make any long-term type commitments to women overseas, especially in the Philippines, to just go over and visit, and date some women. It's probably the best way to get introduced to the culture and how they interact with men. Um, but you have to understand that there are going to be differences between women that you date from the bars that you'll frequent while you're partying over there, and actual Filipino women. There are differences there too, but you'll be able to get at least a general idea of what to expect from the culture. So, uh, and I want to warn guys out there. While there's a lot of videos out there that say how wonderful it is to date foreign women and how different they are from how refreshing it is to date these women, and how a lot of guys just feel free overseas, because women over there just treat them so much better. Be very careful, okay? Don't let the mystique blind you, and you got to be careful. Specifically, don't go down to the Philippines or to Thailand or any of these other Asian places and go into a bar district and expect to meet a woman that you're going to be able to marry. An honest woman, because there are girls out there who work in these bars, and they're on the dating sites. That's another place you got to be really careful, is on these dating sites, because there are women out there that are looking for American men, Western men, men from outside the country, and they're targeting these men. And there's women that have multiple boyfriends sending them money while they're living in the Philippines. They meet them online. They have 2, 3, 4 guys, and they're all making promises. The girl's making promises to them. Yeah, you're the only one. She's being really sweet to them, and based on what these guys have heard from people like me and maybe some other videos on YouTube, where they said, hey, these women are great. They're honest. They're since they're really religious and family oriented. You can trust them, but you got to be careful. Okay, you got to keep your wits about you, and I definitely do not suggest meeting any of these women either in the bars, in clubs, or on dating sites. Now, I'm not going to say all dating sites are bad. I'm sure there's probably some out there, and I'm pretty sure there's probably some people on YouTube out there that have had success on dating sites, meeting Filipino or Asian women. But you've got to be really careful. What I suggest when going overseas is exactly what I just said. Is if you can't be there long term, go there, have your fun, experience the culture, but don't get yourself involved in a long-term situation with somebody that you've only known for a short period of time, and that you can't necessarily trust, because you don't really know what their intentions are. And getting to know the culture is important, because once you understand the culture, you'll know what to look for. Warning signs. And I could probably make a video about that, or I might discuss a few of them here. Warning signs to know that if you're getting had. They're out there, and there's Asian women out there that are right now making money off these poor guys who just are escaping Western women to come overseas and meet a woman with more traditional values that's more in line with their values. And these women know what they're looking for, and they will take advantage. So you got to be careful. That's all I'm really saying about that. If you're looking to get married and you're not at retirement age, you don't have a uh, a retirement income, and you're still working towards a retirement, just go and visit. Now, if you are, let's say you're close to retirement, or you are able to have an income to sustain you for a long period of time, living in the Philippines, for instance. Um, that is the best position to be in if you want to really marry one of these women. Find one that's marriageable, because you can go over there uh, with your retirement money. You can stretch it out. You can stay there for several months, and you can date, several women, and actually go there and date them instead of meeting them online, or internet, somewhere on the internet, or at a bar. Um, and you can, you can expand your options, and you can meet meet more women if you're able to stay for several months. So if you're, that's the best way to do it, I think. Young guys, like I said in the first video, save up some money, go take your, 2-3 week, 1 month long vacation, go have fun, get to know the culture. Don't get attached. Make sure you go on plenty of dates. Don't let 1 or 2 or 3 women latch on to you the whole time you're there. Don't get attached to them. Go over there, have fun. And then when you're in the position to make a commitment to somebody, where you can go over to the Philippines for extended period of time and really get to know the women, and date a lot of women, and choose that way. That's when you should actually get married to one. I highly will warn men against thinking that meeting a Filipina in the States or an Asian girl in the States is anything like meeting them overseas. Because a lot of them here, I've noticed, and some of my friends have noticed this as well, when they get here, if they've been here for any period of time, like 6 months to a year or whatever, they start to, the Western culture starts to rub off on them, and those traditional values that a lot of guys like me, and probably a lot of guys like you all out there are looking for, disappear, and they start to take on the more Western values. So don't think just because you meet one in the States that you're meeting, a foreign woman. You're not. You're meeting an Americanized foreign woman. So like I said, go over there, be careful, don't be stupid, don't go to a bar and try to take one of those women home, because and marry her, because you might be able to bring the woman to the States, but you're never going to get that bar personality out of her, and you really don't know who you're dealing with, because a lot of those women are very good at what they do. They know how to manipulate, and some of them don't have the best of intentions. So you gotta be careful. Anyway, that's all I pretty much have to say. If you guys have any questions, I'm actually married to a Filipina. I've been married for going on 5 years now. Now she's in the Philippines. I've only actually lived with her for about 2.5 to 3 years. I've been to the Philippines several times, probably 5 or 6 times, for at least a month each time. And of course, I lived there when I was a young child too, for about 4 years. So I'm not a complete expert on Philippine culture, but I know enough about it where I'm not just talking out of my ass. And plus, of course, if I have any, you know, if I have any really in-depth questions from anybody, I can always ask my wife, and she'll give me the answer. So if you have any questions, please put them down here in the not down here, but in the comments section. And when there's enough questions in there to make a video about, then, or if there's a really interesting question that could be addressed by a full video, not just a yes/no question or something like that, then I will answer it in a video. If not, I'll just answer it in the comments. So please post your questions, and hopefully I can enlighten you and help you out. Until next time, please watch my other videos, please subscribe, and if you have any interesting videos yourself, you can post the links in my comment section, as long as you're not advertising anything. Of course, those will be deleted. So, until next time, adios. Salamat.